Welcome to another episode of Where in Wilmington. Wilmington is home to dozens of historic neighborhoods, each with its unique identity and each inextricably linked to our city's rich history. But have you ever wondered how some of these neighborhoods got their names? Well, today we're going to learn the backstory behind one of those neighborhoods. Today we're at Lawyers Row, which is located on King Street between 12th and 14th Streets.
The 1200 and 1300 blocks of North King Street have long been unofficially referred to as Lawyers Row by city residents and legal professionals due to the large number of law offices located here. It's hard to imagine today, but this area was once predominantly residential, dating back to around the turn of the 19th century. One of the oldest buildings still standing is the Jacob Starr House at 1310 King Street, which was built between 1802 and 1806. During this period in history, many city residents also ran businesses from their residences. A quick glance at the Wilmington City Directory from 1862 shows the area was home to 2 coopers, or barrel makers, as well as a boarding house.
Today you'll still find a few small businesses along Lawyers Row, but actual residences are quite scarce. To understand the reason for this transformation, we must first head south a few blocks to Rodney Square.
Around the time many of the homes found along today's Lawyers Row were built, the land that would later become known as Rodney Square was the site of a 1-million-gallon reservoir. Eventually replaced by the Cool Spring Reservoir, the basin was drained and filled. In 1880, a year after Wilmington became the county seat for Newcastle County, a courthouse was erected and the area was named Courthouse Square. The county courthouse occupied the square from 1880 to 1919, when it was demolished as part of a long-term plan to create a scenic public square to complement the newly built Hotel DuPont. A new joint county courthouse and city hall was built on King Street between 10th and 11th Street between 1914 and 1916, followed by a federal building that contained another courthouse, this time a federal one, built on the square between 1935 and 1937. With Wilmington's courts clustered around Rodney Square, it's easy to understand why attorneys found the area such an appealing location for their law offices. According to city directories, the first law office to open on Lawyers Row was Melson & Melson, which opened at 1216 King Street between 1943 and 1944. In the following years, many of the private residences along the 1200 and 1300 blocks of King Street would be converted into law offices. Despite the eventual relocation of both the county and federal courthouses from Rodney Square, many law offices remain. In fact, according to a land use survey conducted in August of 2010, 20 law offices are located on these 2 blocks along King Street. After years of being informally referred to as Lawyers Row, Wilmington Mayor James Baker officially subnamed the 1200 and 1300 blocks of King Street Lawyers Row during a dedication ceremony at the intersection of 12th and King Streets on February 17, 2011.
So now you know the story behind the name of one of our city's historic neighborhoods. Tune in next time as we continue to share with you the history behind Wilmington. For Where in Wilmington, I'm Rich Neumann.